What is going on, guys? Hi and welcome to another restream here on Zelda Speedruns 2. Today we have the Link's Awakening Switch Any Percent Glitchless Tournament 2021 Round 1 BubbleBastard versus SwordyMeeks. And together with me I have my wonderful commentators Olivia, I can't pronounce the rest, I'm so sorry I didn't ask, and Lime. Say hello, guys.
Hello.
Thanks. Hello. Thanks. You can say just Olivia. You know, it will be fine.
Okay. Which scene is it? I think it's that one. Please tell me it's that one. I would be so mad if
looks
it
good.
isn't.
It is, I think.
Okay, it is. Great.
Alright, perfect.
I hope we will share a good time together.
Yeah.
The most important is to getting fun. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point of the tournament. You know, it's not a super competitive event or anything, just for fun.
Alright, that we got our two opponents, BubbleBastard, we will say Sam, and SwordyMeeks. I don't know if we can introduce our two opponents, if there are something to say about these two fantastic players for this Glitchless tournament.
Yeah, SwordyMeeks has been playing for quite a bit now. I think I remember hopping into her stream when she started. She's a very competent player, and Sam is also very, very good as well. He has become a good friend of mine, and he actually he hasn't done a ton of runs of Glitchless recently, but he has done quite a few 100% runs and any percent runs. So
I think we can say that SwordyMeeks is a favorite between them because she's got a better time. But maybe we never know on this game. We get some difficult drinks and something bad can happen every time.
Right. Yeah. All right. So they're starting out. Very excited. So you know, start in the house. Gotta wake up and. The game is actually in German. It's probably the first thing anybody will notice, because German has the fewest text boxes. All text boxes in this game are instant to skip, but...
Absolutely, and we can also add that they are playing on the digital version, both because the digital version is a bit faster than physical, but as they play the same version, it won't be a problem.
Yes, they are both on digital, so both their loading times should be about the same, very similar. Yeah, physical is a little bit slower, and I think that goes for all Switch games for speedrunning. Physical is always a little bit slower.
Okay, how they get the sword?
Right.
I can thanks a lot all people for sharing this moment, because we're not a huge community.
Yeah, this tournament's actually pretty small. We have 10 participants. But yeah, we're very thankful that ZSR allows us to host our tournament on their channel. The estimate for this category is around an hour and 50 minutes, give or take some. And that's actually one of the interesting parts about Glitchless, is that since a lot of it is movement-based, times are pretty consistent for runners based on their skill level. So yeah, around an hour 45 minutes, or an hour 50. Or an hour 40 if you're very good.
I don't know for you, but playing always a game, when you speedrun a game, the beginnings are a bit, I have to say that it's really a bit boring, you know, until the Yoshi doll. Sometimes you just want to sleep.
Yeah, the beginning of this game is very, very simple. You're just walking around, you don't have any very interesting movement items yet. Later we'll get the boots, which allows us to go much faster, the Pegasus Boots. But as of right now, we just have just our regular shoes for walking, and movement is very simple, but there's still a lot to optimize here.
Can we explain to viewers what about the Yoshi doll problem I was talking about?
Oh, yeah, so in about 4 minutes, we will see the Yoshi doll. In this game, there's a trading quest where you have to give certain items to each NPC in the game, and the first item you have to get is a little doll figure of Yoshi from the popular character from Mario, and it can be pretty difficult because of how the trendy game is designed. The physics are very, very odd, so if you mess up grabbing the Yoshi doll, you can lose about 25 seconds, and it's quite a lot of time loss for the beginning of the game.
Absolutely, and it's really... I don't know about the pressure, but to imagine 25 seconds losing like this just because I'm still playing a grappling hook trick of game, it could be yes, really pressure for the players. For everyone.
Yeah, you especially don't want to miss it in a race, because at least if you're just doing runs, you can reset if you mess it up, but in a race you're gonna permanently have that disadvantage of missing it.
We will watch that soon.
Yeah. It'll be interesting seeing them do it, because I know Sam, BubbleBastard, has a lot of practice with the trendy objects from 100%. So it'll be interesting to see if he can get it fairly quickly here. And then SwordyMeeks also has a lot of experience with Glitchless and doing the Yoshi doll, so yeah, should be cool.
And here you have to put the powder to the raccoon. Is it really a raccoon?
I think it's a tanuki, technically speaking. It's supposed to be a tanuki.
Alright. You know, I have to say a raccoon into French. Maybe I can teach you some French words for people.
Oh yeah, that would be nice.
We say raton laveur. It's a bit strange.
Oh wow, yeah, I don't think I could say that. That very long for a raccoon.
SwordyMeeks is a bit, I have to say that, in front of her opponent.
Yes, she is, she's got a bit of a lead right now. We'll see if it evens out soon. Of course, right now we are about to go do the trendy game. Yeah, this area is pretty much just for the trading quest. You don't have to do it in any other category except for 100%.
And now it's the big time.
Alright, so SwordyMeeks going for it, and...
it seems okay. It seems
yeah.
okay.
Those both seem pretty okay, which is a good sign.
It seems, yes.
Alright, SwordyMeeks got it. And Sam got it. Perfect. German raccoon is wash. I can't even say that. Washbach.
Washbach, because in Switzerland we speak also German.
Oh yeah. Isn't there 3 main languages in Switzerland?
Actually, we get 4 national languages: French, German, Italian, and also a deaf language which is called Romanche, but no one speaking Romanche, same in Switzerland.
Oh, interesting. Now, actually, we're seeing a bit of a routing difference here. Sam is stealing the shovel first.
Yes.
Typically in Glitchless, you do the stealing afterward. But he's deciding to do it right now, which I think is going to lose him a little bit of time if he... Because we're going to have to go back into the shop to buy arrows. Okay, and he's choosing not to steal the bow. Okay. Yeah, so that's going to be an extra death for him. Or to buy bombs, actually. That's not an extra death. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be okay. Because I think he remembered... But he
That's
does have the shovel early.
That's the first time I watched someone taking a different path as usual.
I did that once in one of the races, one of the qualifier races. But I did it on accident. I'm pretty sure he probably did it on accident as well. But yeah, so now they're gonna seem a little bit uneven, but they're not as far apart as it may seem. Oh, he's grabbing the seashell. Okay.
For what about what is he doing that?
I am assuming that must be 100% muscle memory. That's very interesting.
Actually, most of the time when you take an item, you don't want you... Because sometimes, maybe you know what I'm talking about, when you get a sort of shield acorn, you absolutely don't want.
Yeah, exactly. Similar to that. Alright, yeah, he said in chat, sick 100% muscle memory, so he did accidentally pick up the seashell.
Thanks a lot, Sam. He's really strong writing on the same time playing.
Yeah. It did look like SwordyMeeks missed the quick cycle there, in the spark room. We'll see if Sam can get it. He got hit by the gel.
Is there really a different big time to take the above or below path on the room before?
The below path is... how much quicker? I think it is 0.3 seconds quicker or something like that. It's less than a second, but it is quicker than the above path.
On the same time, you get the enemies you don't want to kill because of the pieces of power. Sometimes I'm asking if to taking the above path wouldn't be better.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, that's true. If you wanted to save 2 kills, you could take the above path so that you don't have to kill those 2 gels.
Sam get a little problem with the spike, but it seems alright.
Yeah. He also had to redo his menu so he could equip powder again. In the menu, it's Spatian for making a save, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it's Speicher Vorgang for saving. I probably butchered that pronunciation.
Talking about the menus, I don't know for you, but I'm feeling very slow on the menus compared to other people. The player for me that really is the fastest I have never seen on the menus. For me, it's Mishan. It's quite incredible.
Yeah, there are a lot of little ways to go fast on menus. I think if it were tool assisted, like if we were to do a frame perfect tool assisted speedrun, I think you would use both the stick, the control stick, and the D-pad for menuing, because you can get 2 inputs by doing that. But it's really unrealistic to go for that for
A human.
actual running, because you have to use both your hands, and it's very hard to actually save any time by doing that. But yeah, M-Chan is good at menus, and TGH also has practiced menus a lot.
We
SwordyMeeks,
Moldorm.
yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, Moldorm is a little silly looking. Kind of looks like a hamburger with too much lettuce, is the common joke. But
Oh
yeah,
no.
that was a... Yeah, Sam messed up the Rolling Bones fight a little bit. But SwordyMeeks had a very good Moldorm, it seems.
Indeed.
And now we got our first instrument. There are 8 total we have to get. We'll also be able to tell just how far ahead SwordyMeeks is. At least estimate somewhat, because he did do his shopping a bit earlier. He did get the shovel early, which will save some time later.
Hola.
Oh, interesting strat on Moldorm. he did one normal slash and then a spin slash, which actually seems pretty nice.
For me, it's
For,
quite weird, but if it's okay, why not?
I'm sorry?
I think it's a bit weird, but if it's okay for him, why not? But
Yeah, exactly. It is a little bit weird, but it seems like it might be a bit more consistent than just going for two spin slashes.
let's remember that Moldorm can punches you into the hole, and you can lose about maybe 20-25 seconds.
Yeah, it loses a lot of time. You can be hit into the hole. We are very lucky that neither of our runners did that. And most of the time you don't fall into the hole through any means of skill. Usually that happens because you get unlucky. Moldorm can kind of bump into your sword, and then if he bumps into your sword once, it's very easy for him to bump into it multiple times and then just push you off.
Absolutely. Now we have seen that SwordyMeeks makes the trading of the how to say that into English, the dog food against the bananas with
Yes.
the alligator.
Yeah, SwordyMeeks got the trade done, and you'll see the trade for a little bit. Eventually, we won't have to do the trade anymore. Actually, the bananas is the last item we need. Because we do RNG manipulation, where if you start the game at a certain time after powering off your Nintendo Switch, you can get a consistent egg pattern for the final boss and a consistent Dungeon 4 pattern for Dungeon 4.
Let's remember that we don't need the Yoshi doll on the any percent, which is not something bad.
Yeah, and any percent, you don't have to do the trade quest at all because you can skip the entire Canalet Castle, but we need to do the trade quest in Glitchless because the monkeys make a bridge for us when we give them the bananas.
Can you explain us about the goblin boss patterns and RNG?
Oh, yeah, I can try somewhat. Yeah, this is the Moblin Chief, Moblin King, whichever you prefer. He is a fairly difficult boss because usually he takes 2 cycles. You can beat him in 1 cycle with precise timing. It looks like SwordyMeeks got a 2 cycle there. I didn't quite see, but I'm pretty sure that was 2 cycles since he was on the right side. But there is an RNG chance for him to do a spear throw, a dash and bonk into the wall, or a fake out dash where he pretends like he'll bonk into the wall and then he sidesteps at the last second, which is the worst RNG. You do not want to see that. It's more common after you've already hit him, but it can still happen at the beginning.
But it seems that the more you stay on the left, and the better the RNG is, I think, because this bad RNG is about 10 or 15%. It's not very often.
Yeah, it's very, very rare. For me, it doesn't feel very rare. I get very unlucky on this fight very often. But yeah, it is rare, statistically speaking. But yeah, now Sam has Bow Wow as well, and he will exit. And SwordyMeeks will enter Dungeon 2.
I've got the skeletons RNG.
Yeah, this is one of the worst rooms. Dungeon 2 and Dungeon 3 are notorious because these first rooms can really influence how you do in the dungeon, because you can lose a lot of time just to RNG from the enemies.
Absolutely.
There are certain ways you can learn to read their patterns and try to adjust, but at some level, you're always going to lose a little bit of time to RNG there.
Don't have to kill the shy guys.
Yeah, we skipped the Shy Guys. It
I
looks like
think-
SwordyMeeks is trying to avoid getting any kills here for Piece of Power later. So actually, that's something we can mention. Do you want to talk about the piece of power, or shall I?
I think I'm able to speak about the pieces of power, but you can if I say something wrong, you can tell me. You have to know that it exists on the game a sort of special power who increases your kill power and also how fast you are. And this pieces of power appears in all 35 enemies you kill, plus number of hearts you get when about the last time. And it's very important. This pieces of power is very important on some circumstances. I'm thinking about the boss of the number 5 dungeon, about Schleimal, which is very important to earn a lot of time. And if you see players don't kill some enemies, it's because they have to remember how many enemies they have killed until to now.
Yes, that's perfectly right. Yeah, players have to keep track of how many kills they have, because there are certain areas where you want to get the piece of power. So you can manipulate where it spawns based on how many kills you have. And it looks like Sam isn't really worrying about the piece of power. He's killing a lot of enemies, but SwordyMeeks is trying to get it as best as she can. So she is trying to kill as little enemies as possible.
There are some exceptions of the rules. For instance, there are some enemies you don't kill, but they count as a kill. For instance, every time you defeat Stalfos Master.
Right. Yeah, there are some that count as kills when they're not actually kills, such as the Master Stalfos, and also, there are some things you do where the enemy dies, but it doesn't count as a kill. Like if you knock one of the beetles into a pit, it doesn't count as a kill. Or if you really knock any enemy into a pit and it falls in the pit, that does not count as a kill for you.
That's right. The piece of power is here for Sam, but it doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
But really, the RNG of Schleimal on the 5 dungeon can be really annoying if you don't get the pieces of power.
Yeah.
And now we get a trick for SwordyMeeks jump. She didn't take the correct path. She makes a sort of trick to earn some time, as you have seen.
Yes, you can do a little jump there to save some time.
Let's remember that we have to kill the... how to say that? Is it a clown or is it... yes, I think it's a sort of clown for me, or genius. But you have to kill him on 2 cycles after breaking his spot.
Yeah, he looks like a clown. His name is Genie, but, a genie because he comes out of a bottle, but he does have a clown design. Yeah, this boss fight is really, really boring, and also really easy, as long as you get the 2 cycle. You can lose some time by getting 3 cycles here. But yeah, the fight in general is really boring. You're just dodging fireballs, and then hitting his bottle against the wall, and then chasing him around and trying to kill him.
Remember that on the any percent category, we finish the game with this boss for a specific reason.
In any percent no Hinox warp, we do this boss last because you have the boots, which allows you to do genie skip. In regular any percent, true any percent, we do a Hinox warp that allows us to not even enter this fight. We just get the instrument and then come back for the bracelet and then leave. But yeah, in Glitchless, we're not allowed to do any of that stuff.
Exactly, I was doubting because I know there are sometimes I miss there's a Inox warp category and sometimes it isn't. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be a little bit difficult to remember all the routes because there are quite a few different categories in this game.
Let's see if Sam succeeds with 2 cycles.
Yeah, SwordyMeeks did get the 2-cycle. We'll see if he can do it as well. He is a good distance behind now, but we'll see if he can catch up later. There's a lot that can happen, because while most of the time save in this game is from movement and stuff, there are a lot of unfortunate things that can happen that is not just movement, that is not just, you know, how you're slashing and what you're doing. For instance, if you die on a boss, you can lose a ton of time. Or really any death in general. It can be very easy to die, especially if you're grabbing very few hearts. I think most runners grab around 5 or 6. We may see extras or less. It looks like Sam also got the 2-cycle.
If we're speaking about the movements, we can remember that there's a reason why players jump and take the sword to avoid the bushes, because when you're inside the bushes, you're slow.
Yes. Yeah, the heavy grass, the bushes area, those slow you down by quite a lot. And doing a regular slash is 10 frames, whereas the landing lag from doing a jump is 3 frames, and doing a slash in the air doesn't lose you any time. So it saves about 3 frames over doing a regular slash every time you do a jump slash. So you want to do that as much as possible. But walking normally is still better than jumping everywhere.
He has stolen the shovel now. It's not good to steal.
Yeah, no. The shopkeeper punishes you. Shopkeeper punishes you for stealing. Now, Sam did this earlier, so he will have to also steal the bow, and he'll have to buy bombs, but he should be spending a little bit less time in this area compared to SwordyMeeks, because he already stole a shovel.
That's very strange, the thinking that the shopkeeper is the only enemy on the game we should die, and not the final boss, you know.
Yeah.
Until now it seems quite okay. We will see about if Sam's tricks of before would be great, but I don't think. I think he's losing a bit sometimes. He has to return back to shopkeeper.
Right. Now, earlier we were talking about the trading quest and Ganon Castle, and now SwordyMeeks is there. This is the last trade you have to make. Gives the monkey the bananas, and they make a bridge.
And now with the Golden Leaves quest, we have to get 5 Golden Leaves, and then to bring them to Richard to get the key on his garden. I don't know about you, but for the first Golden Leaf, you have to shoot a bomb with the arrow. Sometimes it happens to me several times that the golden leaves don't fail on the floor, but stays on the roof, you know.
Yeah, yeah, you have to shoot the crow with a bomb arrow at a very specific angle to make sure that it does not fall onto the roof, because if it falls onto the roof, you have to reset the area. There's no way to get it. It looks like SwordyMeeks is okay, though. Oh, but is getting bullied a little bit by the guard. And also, I want to mention that Sam did forget to purchase bombs, but so he had to take an extra death there.
Oh my god.
But now should be okay with shopping.
And now we should get the piece of power for SwordyMeeks if she counts well soon. I think.
Yes. It seems like she got quite a little amount, but it should be popping up very soon. There it is. Alright. So yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about. SwordyMeeks got the piece of power, which should allow her to beat the boss of the Ganon Castle much quicker, and also her movement speed is a little bit higher. I don't recall whether you mentioned it exactly what the piece of power does, but it increases your movement speed by 25%, and also it makes your regular slashes do 2 damage instead of 1 damage.
Absolutely. We can add also that Mix destroys the... She used a technique, she used 2 bomb arrows, the first one to make the soldier appears and the second one to kill him, and it's really harder than it looks to shoot these 2 bomb arrows, because if you're not throwing them on the right place, the soldier stays on the wall.
Yes, precisely. If you need to be in the exact position in order to get your bomb arrow to hit the candle. Now it looks like SwordyMeeks is... Alright, SwordyMeeks had a good bomber fight. And Sam is also now in Candlelit Castle.
I don't know about you, but for me I prefer to use 1 bomb arrow, and when the soldier appears, I slash him with the sword because we get the pieces of power and we can also earn an arrow.
Yes, that's actually similar to what I do. I don't use any bomb arrows at all on him, in fact. I usually use only spin slashes, which I think is a little bit slower, but I like having an extra bomb arrow for Dungeon 3 because you can hit one of the bombites with it, and then also you can use more in general. It's a little bit more lenient.
Indeed. And I think you have heard about the new technique that Mix has found recently about the on the D3 dungeon, when you have to shoot the pot with the bomb arrow. She found something new. Oh no, Sam.
Yeah, Sam hit himself with his own bomb arrow. He accidentally faced it diagonally instead of to the left, so he's gonna have to go through this area. It's not the worst death in the world, but that does lose about 25 seconds. And yeah, I know what you're talking about. That technique is actually not very new. That is yeah, the skew in Dungeon 4 to save a bomb arrow. Yeah, you can save an arrow if you have very little, which can help in certain situations, but most of the time it's not needed. But yeah, maybe we'll see that from one of the runners here.
It's very important to get 10 arrows at the end for the final boss, because if you then get hit, you have to finish him with the fire rod. And it's imagine that on any percent you don't have the fire rods, and if you don't get the arrows, it's completely lost. You can't kill, or you have to use the boomerang, but you don't have the boomerang on this category.
Right. Yeah, the magic rod does only 1 damage, while the arrows do 2 damage. So you want to use as many arrows as possible. It only takes 10 arrows to kill the final boss. But the magic rod, it takes 20, obviously. So you're almost never gonna have to use all of the magic rod, but sometimes if you accidentally waste a arrow in the fight, it can cause you to
You say magic rod into English? Me, I always say the fire rod.
Yeah, it's technically called the magic rod. A lot of people call it the fire rod as well in English, even though it is supposed to be the magic rod. And that's just because the most Zelda games it's just called the fire rod, but in this specific one, it's called the magic rod for some reason.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
But Sam has lost a lot of arrows now. It's very bad situation for him.
Yeah, he is very, very low on arrows. He is gonna have to get some extras somewhere.
On this X dungeon, for instance.
Well, he's gotta make sure he even has enough to get inside of Dungeon 6 because
But
you
he
need
has to be careful.
Right. So he won't be able to use an arrow on Cue Ball, I don't think, the mini boss of Dungeon 4. And I think he'll have to maybe substitute a bomb arrow for just a regular bomb at some spots now.
And now we get the boots.
Yes. So earlier I was talking about how movement's pretty simple, but now it gets a little bit more complicated. We get the Pegasus Boots, which allow us to move much quicker. And they are the main source of movement for the rest of the run. We use them a lot for pretty much every piece of movement. And it's very similar to other 2D Zelda games.
Oh, hello, Redders. We got a red of 39 viewers. Oh, thanks a lot, everyone. Let's say hello to
Yes.
people because we got some viewers. We have to remember there are some people watching the stream.
Yes, hello. Thank you, ZeldaSpeedRuns 1, for the raid. You had a fast race. Nice. Yeah, this is the Link's Awakening 2021 Glitchless tournament. Last year, some of you might remember we had an any % no Dungeon 2 Hinox Warp tournament. And this year, we took the full leap and went entirely glitchless, because that's how the community voted, and yeah. It is a very fun race category.
SwordyMeeks hasn't done a lot of big mistakes until to now. It's quite impressive.
Yeah. This Dungeon 3 is very, very good from SwordyMeeks. It's solid so far. I haven't noticed any mistakes. I think in the Dodongo Snake's mini-boss, there might have been a tiny mistake, but I don't even remember if there was one. So I think, for the most part, this Dungeon 3 has been very good. And we'll see if Sam can have a similar caliber one. But who knows?
But it's not lost for Bubble for Sam. We have something.
Yes.
We have the bomb jump in about 15 minutes, for instance.
Yeah, we do have a bomb jump for Dungeon 4. It is one of the tricks allowed. It was voted as not a glitch because it's just using the bomb to boost Link. It's just a damage boost to get him over a pit. And you can lose a lot of time if you mess up that trick, because you can die, or you can take a long time setting it up. But the bombs do 2 damage, or, well, 4 damage. They do 2 hearts, and it can lose you a lot of time. Wow, that is a very interesting bomb throw from Sam. I've never seen the bomb land in that position before.
Yes, for $10, no, it's not really a glitch, because actually it's normal when you get hit by the bomb, you take some distance. But simply the developers haven't thought to use this to earn about 2 minutes, but it isn't considered as a glitch for the community.
Yeah.
And I think it's really the hardest tricks of all the glitchless category.
Yeah, it's it is the hardest trick in glitchless. I think it's really one of the only ones, but yeah, it is definitely the hardest. Especially because, not even because it's super hard to perform, but it's very punishing if you mess it up.
Absolutely. And there's a setup for that.
Yes, yeah, we have a setup for it. SwordyMeeks is done with Dungeon 3, and now we'll be heading to Dungeon 4.
Just a good boss on, you have to kill him on one cycle.
Yes, yeah, she got a very good boss fight there. Sometimes, if you hit him a little bit late, he can, one of his halves can survive. Looks like Sam accidentally equipped Shovel. But yeah, this is another area where he is Yeah, so that's a 100% muscle memory thing there. In 100% you need to have the shovel equipped when leaving Dungeon 3, but in this category you don't need it.
And we were speaking about pieces of power before, and let's remember that for the number 3, the third boss, same if it's 2 ice, but it only counts as 1 kill for the piece of power number.
Yes, that is true. Alright, so SwordyMeeks is just doing some overworld movement, and Sam will be trying to finish up Dungeon 3 here.
How do you call this huge animal you have to wake up into English now?
Yes, you call it the walrus.
Walrus. Okay.
Yeah, so we have to wake up the walrus, and in order to do that we need to bring Marin to the desert. Our good friend Marin, who found us on the beach and woke us up and brought us to her house.
But before we have to take the ocarina, because we need Marin's song to for the final part of the game.
Yes, we need the ocarina. Marin will teach us the song after we go through the desert. And when she teaches us the song, we'll learn it to our ocarina, and we'll use it twice in the run. Once for a room in Dungeon 6. It'll allow us to kill Pole's Voice much quicker. And then another time at the end of the game to open up the egg where the final boss is located.
Mm-hmm. But until to now, Mix succeed really solid race. Not
Yes.
really mistake. Some bonks, unfortunately.
Yeah, one bonk right there.
2-1.
I think the only real major mistake I can think of for SwordyMeeks so far is on the Moblin King. It was 2 cycles. But everything else so far has been very solid. Meeks is playing very well. It seems that Sam has made mostly mistakes due to being used to a different category, which I can't blame him for. I've done that a lot myself. Oh, and alright, as we were talking about earlier, Sam is actually
Oh no, he will use
messing
2
up the boss,
cycles.
but he's still got... That was still basically
It's 1 cycle.
the same speed as, yeah, the 1 cycle. Because he was able to kill the first half before the second one dropped down.
I can also say that it's possible to kill Zigazol. If you get the piece of power before, you can kill him very easily before he jumps.
Yes, you can kill him before he jumps really easily with the piece of power, and if you get very lucky and you play really precisely, you can kill him before he jumps without the piece of power. But you do have to get very, very lucky and also play very well. So it's very rare. But yeah, SwordyMeeks just went on a date with Marin, and now Marin is following her. And Meeks will be heading to the desert to wake up the walrus. And Sam will just be basically tracing SwordyMeeks' steps, doing the same thing that she was doing. Right now, SwordyMeeks is ahead.
It's SwordyMeeks is ahead. I would say about more than 2 minutes, I think, or more.
I think more than 2, maybe about
Maybe 3 or yes.
3 or 4. Because he still has to get... Yeah, you usually get rid of the walrus about 5 minutes into the split, I think. And SwordyMeeks just got rid of the walrus. And Sam is about 1 minute into the split. So I would say about 3 to 4 minutes ahead.
We have a secret seashell under the big animal. You know, when I tried the 100% first time, I knew there was a secret seashell, but I didn't know what to do. It's really a specific seashell compared by the others.
Yes, that seashell is very, very silly, because it's different from the others. Usually you just dig for a seashell, but there you have to play Marin's Song again. And yeah, that's one of the seashells you have to get in 100%. But yeah, SwordyMeeks finished Land Mola very quickly. That was a 2-cycle, I think, which is about as best as you can hope for in a race setting. It is possible to do a 1-cycle, but it requires you to play a bit risky, because you can sometimes hit yourself with your own bomb arrow when you are trying to get it. And also, Sam just got another secret seashell on accident.
Absolutely. And also,
So,
I think he has skipped the ocarina. I think he wants to take the ocarina later.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't notice that. So that is a bit of a mistake, but he can get it later. But yeah, grabbing that seashell was another 100% muscle memory mistake. SwordyMeeks just got the song. The important song.
Maybe Sam wants to send us a secret message with this seashell he has digged.
Yeah.
We're pretty close of half of the run until now, I think. Yes, pretty close.
Yeah, this race is pretty decently close. Mostly, Sam has just been making a few mistakes, but nothing super major has happened until now, though, because, yeah, it looks like now he's going to get the ocarina. Which loses him quite a bit of time, because he has to warp over here, and then he's gonna have to warp to, Animal Village again, anyway. But yeah, SwordyMeeks is entering Dungeon 4 with the, key that she got from beating Land Mola.
That's very strange. It's very strange. He decides to get the ocarina after bringing Mary into this house. It's a bit special.
Yeah, I think this is probably fine, though, because if he didn't get it now, actually, yeah, I think it probably would be best if he had just gotten it on his way to the Dungeon 6 key, if he just got the song then. But he's already got it, so he can just continue the route as normal.
Or maybe he just forgets the ocarina and then he remembers his mistake. It's also possible.
I think that's what happened. He forgot it and then he remembered and decided to just get it immediately. Now SwordyMeeks is in Dungeon 4. This is a very short dungeon because, as we were talking about earlier, we have the bomb jump.
Yes, he wrote oopsie, which means yes, it was a mistake. But he's very courageous, Sam. Very courageous.
Yeah, so SwordyMeeks is getting 2 keys here. And then she will be able to do the bomb jump trick, which it is possible that she could lose a lot of time here, but hopefully we won't see that. And actually, if she hits this first try, it might be PB pace, because I can't think of a single mistake yet.
Let's see if she succeeds the trick now. Oh my god, the pressure.
Yep. Wow, very, very good timing on that.
First try, yes.
Yes, first try. And now she will be heading to Cue Ball, the mini-boss. And actually, the unique quirk about this dungeon is we're not doing all of it in one go. We are instead going to split it in half, where after we get the dungeon item, the flippers, we are going to leave and come back later, because when you beat this dungeon, it starts a side quest where you have to take a ghost all over the island so it can relive its memories of a past life. And you don't want to do that because it's very slow. So if you do it later, the ghost will never spawn because you're above a certain point on the map.
Oh my god. Sam fell in the hole fighting Glanmolas. Oh my god.
Yeah, that is quite a bit of time lost, and a couple of bomb arrows lost as well, so I think he's gonna try and do this with only spin slashes.
And on the same time, Mix has done a really clean mini-boss.
Yes, Meeks got the perfect cue ball fight. The run is going very, very well for Meeks, but it is not going as well for our friend Sam here. He's having some trouble.
Let's remember he has already lost a lot of heroes on Castle, and
right.
now more heroes losing. Now he has to be careful
to not run out. Yeah. If he does run out, he'll have to buy some from the shop.
And now we get two possibilities for Mix. Now it depends on people, but sometimes people prefers to take the D6 key now, and others prefer to going to D5 dungeon. It depends.
Yes, it looks like she's going to get it now. It is a little bit faster to get the Dungeon 6 key before Dungeon 5, which sounds a little bit strange. You might be wondering, why would that be faster? And it's because for some reason, before Dungeon 5, there are no rabbits blocking your path, so you are able to get a more direct path to this area that SwordyMeeks is in right now, where she'll get the Dungeon 6 key and then head to Dungeon 5. And then when she goes to Dungeon 6, she'll be able to just go directly there because she already has the key.
You have to be careful because it makes 2 art damages as these soldiers.
Yes, the Armos in this game do 2 hearts of damage. They're very scary if you're low on health. That's why it's almost always good to grab the fairy from the cue ball fight. Because you're always going to be low health going into cue ball. Because you do the bomb jump where you're forced to take 2 hearts of damage. So it's almost always a good idea to grab the fairy from cue ball.
And now it's the Armos Knight.
Yes. Very clean fight here. SwordyMeeks.
And the key.
Yes. I think Sam forgot to unlock Dungeon 4.
I'm not sure about this. You know, it's going to number. No, he unlocked. He unlocked. I'm pretty sure.
Are you sure? Okay.
Or
maybe he didn't.
No.
He's going back now.
Oh no, you were too about. I was really thinking he couldn't forget something so very important.
Yeah, I've actually forgotten that myself sometimes. But yeah, it does look like he did forget it.
There are some things we have all one day forget. For instance, taking the 300 rupees on the number 3rd dungeon for the frog song, and when you arrive in front of Wart, you say, "Oh, I've got about 25 seconds to save." It's really great. And after you're in front of Wart, and you say, "Oh my God, no, I have forgotten the 300 chest rupees."
Yeah, it's very. There's some mistakes that are very common for all runners to make at least once. But now he's opening Dungeon 4, and SwordyMeeks is in Dungeon 5. This dungeon is a little bit scary because you want to keep very important track of your kills, because it's impossible to one-cycle Slime Eel, the boss Schleimal, without the piece of power. And so it saves about 15 seconds to get it, and it also eliminates a lot of RNG, because the boss has 4 holes it can spawn in, randomly, and once you do any damage to it, it can start spawning a decoy, a fake version of itself, which loses even more time. So you want to make sure you get the piece of power here. We'll also be seeing another trick, the hookshot skew, which will allow us to skip 1 key.
Let's hope for Sam succeeds the bomb jump, because could be really the end for him if he doesn't succeed this trick.
Yes, that is very true. If he does not get this trick, it could be he could be in a very, very bad spot, because he's already very far behind. Missing this trick would lose quite a bit more, and it would just really cement SwordyMeeks' lead here.
For the viewers, let's make some noise. Let's make some noise for Sam. He will succeed first try the bomb jump.
Yeah.
I have put my favorite emote.
Alright, I'll find one.
I'm so afraid if he don't succeed.
Yeah, he is looking low on hearts as well. I will put in party time. Let's see if he gets it.
We take our breath.
Alright, he got the angle. Setting up his position. 2, 3.
Should be great, the angle.
Dang it. He was a little bit off with the angle. This is fine. He can just do it again. Oh, he accidentally placed the bomb. Picked it up early. EDL is raiding with a party of 3. Hello, EDL. That is...
Oh, hello, Idel. It's really nice to see you, Idel. Yes.
Yes, EDL is one of the best runners of this game.
Absolutely.
Alright, he's messed up twice, but let's see if we can get it now. That looks good. There we go. Okay, good. As long as there's no death, that's very nice. He is very low on health, so he played that safely.
Oh my god.
Alright.
Should be okay for him.
Oh, actually, he got an extra backup part that I didn't know existed in those pots. It's very smart. But yeah, should be good for cue ball now.
And Mix got a grappling hook now.
Yes, Meeks did get the hook shot. So now we're gonna see if Meeks' kill count is good, and we'll see if she will get the piece of power in time for the boss.
It was a weird mini boss for Sam, but why not?
Yeah, he's being very careful about his arrows because of how much he's wasted, so he played very carefully on that boss and was unable to
And now the flippers for Sam.
yes.
But it seems very difficult for him to I have to say that it will be really a miracle now he wins the race now.
Yes, from now until the end, it seems like really the only way he could come back is maybe a death from SwordyMeeks, but of course that can happen. Yeah, we'll see. I think there are also other things you can mess up, but from this point on, it's mostly gameplay based, mostly based on whether you're going to die or not.
And now it's Schleimal time. For people who don't know, we say into French. Sometimes it's great to learn about French or other languages, boss names. Into French we say Emuren.
Oh wow. SwordyMeeks did get the piece of power, which is very, very good. And somebody in chat mentioned that they get Mario vibes, which, yes, there are a lot of Mario references in this game.
There are 17.
17.
Yes, absolutely, indeed. So if you notice about the Ganon egg, it's a Yoshi egg actually.
Oh yeah, I actually never thought about that. That's true. It is a Yoshi egg.
And now it's the RNG who decides for mix.
And that is perfect RNG. There we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 8. I think it's 8, yes.
Yes, 8 hits. 16 without the piece of power. Yeah, SwordyMeeks, very, very good fight, very good Dungeon 5. I think this might end up being a personal best if Meeks is able to finish off strong here. Over halfway done with the run. It seems very, very good so far.
Because until to now, there are absolutely no big mistakes. It's really impressive. It's
Yes.
a lot of pressure during a tournament.
Yeah. They're both playing decent. Sam has made a few routing mistakes, but for the most part, his gameplay has been okay. He hasn't, like... He had one death in Kenelet, but mostly all the mistakes he's made has just been memory-based.
Let's check about how Sam will fight the Armos soldier now.
Oh, slight mistake there.
Oh no.
So there's the gameplay mistake I was talking about.
Oh
But
my god.
there we go. That's fine. He didn't die at the very least. He only took 1 hit of damage. Should be okay.
I don't know if you have noticed, Lime, but there are so many people that have got the PB recently on practicing race tournament. For instance, both of us, you and me, and also
Yes.
Mishan.
Yeah, because of the races, a lot of people have gotten many, many PBs. Yeah, it's very cool to see.
Do you agree with me that the D6 dungeon is the hardest dungeon of the game?
I definitely agree with that. Dungeon 6 is definitely the hardest dungeon in the game. It is also the longest dungeon, in terms of length and time. There's a lot that goes into this dungeon. There are RNG elements with some of the mini-bosses, there are RNG elements with some of the rooms, and then you also have to play very, very well in a lot of the areas. It is... How long is the dungeon? It is about 7 minutes.
Indeed. On Glitchless, because on any person it's absolutely not the same.
Yeah, and any percent, especially now, it's only about 2 minutes long. You skip pretty much the whole dungeon. But yeah, in this category, it is about 7.5 minutes long, and it's quite something to watch. It's one of the hardest dungeons, but it's also very fun to perform when you're playing very well. It will also give us quite a bit of arrows for until we get to Dungeon 8. But yeah, Meeks is pretty much exactly 1 dungeon ahead of Sam right now.
We get 2 different RNGs on the room now with the anti-fairy, depending left or right. Oh, it's good RNG.
Yes, so the right RNG is very good because you get the bomb arrow without having to do any additional setup. If you get left side, there's a way of redirecting the anti-fairy to still get a bomb arrow shot, but it is difficult and the window is tighter for the bomb arrow. And then also, you can do a hookshot and regular bomb arrow strat if you see it go to the left.
It's great for Sam.
Sam got his piece of power very early, so he won't be able to get it for Slimeal unless he gets many, many, many extra kills, which I think he won't be able to do at this point.
At the same time, I don't think he was thinking about fighting Schleimal with pieces of power.
Yeah, that's true too. I don't think he was too worried about that. SwordyMeeks had a very good Smasher fight there. I think that might have been without Smasher picking up the ball, but I didn't quite see it because I was looking at Sam's screen. But I think that was a perfect fight, if I'm not mistaken.
Meeks very impressive until to now.
Yes. Meeks has... Again, I mean, Meeks has just made almost no mistakes this run. Only little small movement things that aren't playing a super big role. Right, and now Meeks gets to do the tile room, which is very easy. You just hit the tiles as they appear.
I know there's some trick. For instance, the Glan doesn't go down twice but only one time, you know, and he slashes the two pieces down on the same time.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think it should earn some frames.
Right, there are certain unique ways to handle that room. And then horse heads. In the Game Boy version, the horse heads are RNG, I'm pretty sure, but in this game, they are consistent as long as you face the right direction.
Yes, it's true. It's completely different from the original game. We have to know that playing the Ocarina disappears the rabbit. It's a Zelda game reference.
Yeah, the Pulse Voice get killed when you play the song, and that's one of 2 times we play the song. I think it's because the Pulse Voice, something with their ears, they hear too well or something. The song is so loud that it kills them. Pretty good Dodongo snakes from SwordyMeeks. Not perfect, but very good, solid.
It's quite rare sometimes Dodongo decides to go back from the bomb you put in front of his mouth.
Yes, sometimes you can get very unlucky on the fight, and it'll just flip over on the bomb.
It's difficult to explain about if it's really RNG or if it's really behaviors of the player.
Yeah, I mean, you can... There are certain RNG elements, but you can also play a certain way and learn to read the RNG of the fight so that you pretty much always get a very good fight. Which is basically what SwordyMeeks did. The only real, like, mistake I would mention is on the second Dodongo snake, her bomb was just a little bit too far from the center so that it didn't get the instant eat and she had to rethrow it. But other than that, that was a very good fight. And other than that, this Dungeon 6 was very good. We'll see if she can finish off strong with a good boss fight here. This is Facade, the face floor.
This boss can be really hard because actually the beginning it's not RNG, it's only after.
Right. Yeah, there's a little bit of RNG with where he spawns after you damage him 3 times. So in the beginning we just placed bombs in the center. But you'll notice that she also has arrows equipped, and that's because in the later phases we will be using bomb arrows like right now. There. Oh, I think she exited. Okay. Still worked out okay.
She will survive.
Alright, yeah, that was a pretty decent fight. Again, not perfect, but it was good enough. Nothing super major bad happened. Which is good.
And on the same time, Sam has to fight Schleimer, but without the pieces of power.
Right. So Sam might get very unlucky here. If he is not able to kill it in 2 cycles. He's guaranteed a 2 cycle here. Top right is a bad position. Right. There we go. 1, 2, 3. 3 hits. I don't know if that's enough to get the 2 cycle, actually. This might be 3.
It's possible to get 13 hits, but it's quite hard.
3, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So it's going to be a 3 cycle. Despite getting pretty decent RNG. Oh, there we go. Okay. He's done with the fight now.
I like to call this boss the kissing boss because he just wants to kiss you.
Yeah. SwordyMeeks is now doing the sign maze, where you have to talk to all these signs. This is important because we need the frog song. And the frog song actually costs 300 rupees. Like Olivia mentioned earlier, we have to get 300 rupees from Dungeon 3. And this is where we're going to use it. The frog song allows us to revive the souls of ancient entities, such as the Turtle Rock and Rooster.
There are different strategies about this path. Some people prefer to keep the ocarina, others prefer to keep the felder, some prefer to leave using the ocarina, and others prefers to go back by foot. It's really everyone decide a bit as he wants.
Yeah, there's a bit of preference in your menuing here. You can do a couple different things. I'm pretty sure hookshot plus ocarina is the fastest. Also, yes, it is reading a sign, not talking to it. My mistake. Though, I think with the amount of strange things in this game, I would not be surprised if the signs were sentient.
But if you keep the grappling hook and not the felder, you can be annoyed by the little goblin just before to reach the area.
Also, it is fastest to walk back, but you have to get good RNG with the Borblin, so it might be unlikely that we see that from SwordyMeeks here.
Adele says that it's faster to go back, yes. You get this discussion on this channel some days ago. But it's not a lot of time on the same time.
Right. I think it was only half a second or a second faster. I don't exactly remember, but yeah, SwordyMeeks chose not to do it because if you get really bad RNG with the Borblin, you can end up losing a lot of time when walking back.
Actually, I have been told that a bad goblin RNG is quite the same as the go back with the ocarina, which means you can be on the same situation or just to earn some precious seconds.
Is that true? I did not know. Assuming you do it right. Okay.
Now we got the flying chicken.
Yes, so yeah, now we have the rooster, the flying chicken. The this companion is actually very helpful. He allows us to cross large gaps, longer gaps than our boots and feather allow us.
I don't know about you, but when you have to take the key for the D7 dungeon, some people decide to jump, and other prefers to take the flying chicken because it's more secure.
Yes, the jump is pretty easy, but you lose about a minute if you mess it up, I think. So it's pretty risky to do in a race setting. So I'm assuming we'll probably see SwordyMeeks use the rooster to go across, but if we do see the jump, that would be very swag, and also would save a little bit of time.
Adele takes the chicken to save the menu, yes.
I don't see how that saves the menu. Don't you need hookshot later anyway? I guess if you have hookshot and shovel equipped, then it would be better.
I think she will jump.
Oh, yeah. SwordyMeeks did the jump. You menu to hookshot shovel. I see. Very glad we got to see that jump. Now SwordyMeeks will jump out of the area. Sam forgot to grab a key.
It's very difficult, the mini boss Sam just fought. Sometimes you can get his ball first time, and sometimes you can't. You have to be very precise. It's quite difficult to explain why sometimes you succeed to take the ball first and sometimes not.
Yeah. It's just very precise movement, and you have to make sure you either have very, very good timing, or you're mashing very quickly with the A button to pick up the ball. It looks like Sam is going back for the key he forgot. I think he should have auto-loaded, though.
It's very courageous to carry on the race despite all what happened to him.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Also, he can still beat the PB he has on the leaderboards. I'm pretty sure he has a slightly better one. But,
He gets 2 hours and 12 minutes, it seems. Yes.
Yeah, on speedrun.com.
Or no, he make a mistake about these wizards.
Yeah. SwordyMeeks is now entering Dungeon 7. This dungeon is very simple, but if you get unlucky or make a small mistake, you can lose a lot of time, because there are pits in almost every room that send you to the lower floor, which loses a lot of time. And also, if you drop the ball item that we're going to be using in this dungeon, it also loses a lot of time, because you have to go back and get it.
Here it is for Sam. Oh no, I don't think he knew about how to put the chess game. Or no, he knew.
He just took a slightly easier path.
Yeah, I got that nerd rage. Oh, I can't translate. I let Lime about that Tartar Eater's Christian on the chat.
You want me to answer this? I will answer it by posting an emote.
It's interesting that SwordyMeeks decided to keep the grappling hook, but other players prefer to get the bomb to throw the bomb, and then to put another bomb on this room to save an arrow.
Yes. Yeah, you can save an arrow here by placing a bomb early, I think it loses a little bit of time, but it is a good strategy for saving an arrow for later. SwordyMeeks is not going for it though, because I don't think she's really made any mistakes with her arrows yet, so she should be very good on pace. Sam looks like he forgot. There we go.
When you're a casual player and you want to take all the pots, you destroy all the pots, and after you say, oh, actually I needed a pot, and you have to go back and to return. That happens to a lot of people.
At least now he's almost done with Dungeon 6, and SwordyMeeks is almost done with the first half of Dungeon 7. This is another dungeon we split in half. Earlier we talked about Dungeon 4 that we split in half. Dungeon 7 we also do because it allows us to skip a cutscene on the mountain with Marin.
Indeed, that's the reason why we leave the dungeon, that we don't finish this dungeon. Also, you can also explain to viewers why we leave the third dungeon. Also,
earlier I mentioned why we leave the fourth dungeon.
Oh yes, I make a mistake. It's number 4. Yes.
Yeah, but I can say it again. But we leave the fourth dungeon because when you beat the fourth dungeon, it starts a ghost side quest where once you go below a certain point on the map, a ghost spawns, and you have to take him to all the points that he remembers from his past life. And it looks like SwordyMeeks actually messed up the 3 of a kind puzzle here. A very unfortunate mistake, because that is pretty much one of the only areas you can lose time on Dungeon 7. But that really seems like her only major mistake for the entire run so far.
That's right.
That's very good. Looks like Sam accidentally placed a bomb instead of shooting a bomb arrow. It was a very good facade until that point. And now he has to place a bomb. So, that was an okay facade fight. One mistake kinda messed up the whole rhythm of the fight, which is why it's a difficult fight. Because if you make one mistake, it's very easy to lose a lot of time.
And now Mix is going to leave the dungeon. Some people prefer to refresh the game, and others prefer to enter the hall. It's only one and a half second difference time.
Yeah, doing an auto load is 1.5 seconds faster than dropping down the hole. But some people do like to go down the hole. Yeah, and so now that SwordyMeeks has done half of Dungeon 7, she will be going to Dungeon 8. Which is probably the second hardest dungeon. I don't know if you agree with that, but it is, at the very least, the second longest dungeon. It's about 6.5 minutes, and a lot of it is movement-based, and there are a lot of little techniques you can do to save time.
I don't know if it's if this one or maybe the 7th, because actually the Eagle Tower is not very hard, but if you do a mistake, you lose a lot of time. But I think you agree about the difficulty, but it's really punishing for the number 7 dungeon.
Yeah. Sam got his 3rd seashell. Very interesting. But yeah, the 7th dungeon, you're right, it is very punishing to make a mistake. In Dungeon 8, it is a little bit less punishing. It's a little bit harder to make an easy mistake like that loses a lot of time, but if you die, you can still lose a bunch of time, depending on how far in the dungeon you are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially if you are heading to Beleno, and then you die, you have to re-hit the switch and then go to Beleno. And that loses probably the most time. It looks like SwordyMeeks is actually doing a unique arrow saving strategy here. I've never seen this before.
Oh, it's absolutely
it
insane.
Yeah.
Throwing the bomb, why not? Why not? It's never seen that before. It's very clever.
Ah, it didn't work. Dang. I wonder... There might be a timing where that does work, though. Which would explain why she went for it. But that's actually a very unique strategy that I haven't seen before. And Sam is now entering Frog Song.
Here we go for SwordyMeeks.
Yes, now it's time for Dungeon 8. Oh no.
Oh shit, this
SwordyMeeks is also doing a unique strategy here on the Vire. And it ended up working.
It's not the more optimal, but it should be more secure.
Yeah. It looked like she did mess up the first time, so she did that little strategy.
Saving an arrow here.
Yes. Her arrow count is actually very good right now. Despite the fact she accidentally wasted one on the Turtle Rock mini-boss.
I think she's really on good position for PB, but it will also depend about Evil Eagle RNG.
Yes, Evil Eagle RNG and the final boss RNG will pretty much decide whether or not this will end up being a PB for SwordyMeeks. But I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, this pace is very nice.
Very courageous for Sam. Because he knows he has done a lot of mistakes, but he carries on, and it's really nice for the game and for everyone.
Yes, yeah, I'm very glad. Last year we didn't have anybody... We had one not finish, just because the runner ended up getting messed up on one trick. But yeah, I'm glad he is continuing as well. Because that just makes it better overall. And always your opponent can always make a small mistake. Like if SwordyMeeks were to die on the final boss, that would lose a lot of time. And would even the playing field a little bit. I think even if that happened, she might still have quite a bit of a lead, but yeah, there are always things that can happen that can even it up a little bit.
With smack 1000 time.
Okay, SwordyMeeks had a pretty decent fight there. Didn't have great RNG at the start and wasn't able to get the super quick kill, but got a 1 cycle, which is very good.
I think that Sam will use a safe strategy. I think he won't jump.
Let's see. Oh, he is going for the jump, and he got it. Alright.
Here we go for him. At his place and at their place, I don't know if I would do it.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta save all the time you can, right?
And he took the secret seashell.
I admire all these secret seashell grabs. It's very nice to see. Okay, I checked and it seems that SwordyMeeks is 1 minute and 4 seconds ahead of her PB. That is very good.
I am the only one getting some problems about this, about the boss of this dungeon. Sometimes about the magic rods, I don't know how to hit the dickhead. I
Yeah.
don't have it. It's harder than it looks. Oh, Mix make an awful mistake.
Oh no. Yeah. That is a lot of time loss. Yeah, messing up on cue ball here is very unfortunate. Yeah. This is quite a bit of time loss.
Oh no, our arrows.
Yeah. She can still use some here. Okay, I think one more hit will kill. So I think she's just going to wait. Yep, okay. That was a very unfortunate fight, but she at least recovered. Sometimes you can have a very bad fight and lose much more time than that. I know I have.
There are different possibilities for the, I have to say that, the elevator, the...
I usually call it the paver puzzle. Unless... Wait, which part are you talking about?
I was speaking about what you have to push to resolve the puzzle. You have to push
Yeah, the paver.
Alright.
Yeah, there are 2 different ways to solve that puzzle, I think. Maybe there's another I don't know about, but yeah. SwordyMeeks is almost done with Dungeon 8 now, just heading to the final boss. And SwordyMeeks will actually be almost done with her run, assuming nothing terrible happens. In fact, I wonder if she'll be able to beat my PB.
Maybe Sam can also PB.
Yeah, I think Sam will be able to beat his speedrun.com PB, but I'm not quite sure what his real PB is, so I don't know if he'll be able to beat that. It seems he is going...
I have read 2 hours and 12 minutes before.
Yeah. It seems he's going a different way. I think he forgot which way to go in Dungeon 7 here. That was a very good hothead from SwordyMeeks.
Really impressive. Only two mistakes only on the D7 dungeon and one on the mini boss on the 8 until to now.
She should still be about 50 seconds ahead of her PB. So this is looking good for her.
I don't know how many blue balls she gets on her PB. Really difficult to say.
Oh yeah, true. I'm not sure either actually. So yeah, could be more than just a minute PB as well. If the blue balls go well. But also we have to hope for Good Evil Eagle RNG, which we're about to see if she'll get. It would be very, very exciting to see a PB in a tournament race, though. I don't remember if we saw any of those last year.
It's true. On the same time, she got a lot of pressure. Actually, I don't know if we got pressure when a tournament. It depends on people.
Yeah, I mean, she might not even be looking at her timer, since it's a tournament race. So I don't know if she even knows that it's a PB pace run. But if she does, I imagine it might be quite a bit of pressure. But some people are very cool-headed. They don't mind. I'm somebody who gets very nervous very easily, so...
It will depend now on Anvil Eagle RNG.
Yes. Alright, let's see. Evil Eagle has a few attacks. He can just fly across the screen. He's guaranteed to in the beginning. Oh, she missed quite a few arrows. That's not
no.
good. Missed 2. Yeah, he can fly across the screen, he can dash at you, or he can do a gust of feathers, which is the worst possible thing you can get. The best you want is you want him to charge at you. And that was actually a pretty good fight. Despite missing 2 arrows, that was pretty decent.
I'm asking if she will use the new strat she discovered for the going to the Piranha Killer.
Oh yeah, I wonder. I guess we'll see.
It's really helpful for people who only get 10 arrows.
Yes. She currently has 11, so she won't need to use it, but if she wants to, she can.
I hope you're having a good time, the viewers. We don't forget you.
Yes. We do hope you are doing very well.
And the big key for Sam.
Yes.
And for people who don't know, for the hole, if you press down when you jump from above, you won't fall into the hole.
Yeah, you also have to be on the edge of the left or the right side. But yeah, if you're holding down and you're on the edge, you won't fall down into the hole. But when we're going to Dungeon 4, we want to fall down. Yes, this game is very, very good. It's a lot of fun to play. I definitely recommend it. Totally not biased in any way.
It's not a very long game.
Yeah, it is a long game, casually. SwordyMeeks, it looks like she has one of the older seed, I think this is 25. Yes, Swordy is in the lead by quite a bit right now. How much do you think?
I would
Probably
say
about 10 minutes or so.
I would say about 11 or 12, yes.
Yeah, 11 or 12. Alright, let's see if she does her... No, okay. She's going for the regular strat here. And doing a dash jump. Oh, missed the first one, actually. Alright, and now it's time for Piranha Killer.
With the best lyrics of the best, I have to say that, of the game, is saying.
Yeah, his dialogue is the best.
Of all the game. Have you already fought this Piranha Killer with the pieces of power?
Oh yeah, you can also fight him with Piece of Power. I don't know if it's faster. It would help a little bit, but since you're mostly using spin slashes anyway, I don't think it would be much quicker. SwordyMeeks had a very, very good fight there, though. So I think this is definitely PB pace. So this is exciting to see. Not grabbing the heart container. Playing risky for that big PB. So 3 hearts for Nightmare is good enough. Especially if you only take 1 heart of damage on Ganon. Excuse me, on Ganon. You're guaranteed to take at least 1 heart of damage during the fight, but other than that, you're good.
But let's wait she did it before to get the champagne and all the menus, you know what I mean?
Yeah, true. It's definitely a fair point. Oh, Sam fell?
Oh no.
Oh, he is at a quarter of a heart. Very close to death. Did grab an extra bomb. There we go. And he gets another heart. Good. Alright, he's gathering some backup hearts so that he does not die on this fight. Oh, it looks like SwordyMeeks!
She's losing some time, but it's good strategy not dying on final form.
Yeah. Yeah, she did get that seashell to spawn as well. Alright. And now she does the final use of Marin's Song. Sam having a little bit of trouble on Turtle Rock.
My god, it's only 7 arrows.
There we go. 7 arrows is okay. Oh, he threw the rooster onto...
He wants to get fun.
Yeah.
I was believing it was a glitch at the beginning, but absolutely not.
Yeah. Yeah, that just happens by chance. Samurai Man's 100% personal best has that in it. It's a pretty funny moment. Alright, and now Sam is in Dungeon 8. He is probably...
Yes, I let you finish your sentence.
Yeah, sorry, I was thinking. I think he's about 11 minutes behind.
Maybe 10.
Maybe 10. Which is actually decent for him because that means that he probably will get sub 2 hour.
It's possible, yes. I think he would be happy with that.
Yes. Alright.
That's how we wish for him.
Yes. Alright, SwordyMeeks is done with her egg puzzle, and now she will be fighting the final boss.
Maybe PB.
Let's... Good luck to her. If she does not die and does not get like 9 blue balls, it should be a PB, I think.
I think she got a lot of experience to manage with this boss now.
Yeah. Good RNG on the first phase. Spawned in a good spot. And now Ganon, everybody's favorite from Link to the Past, makes a return. He's a little bit easier in this version. You can't get as screwed. But, okay, this is a good start for Swordy. This next one is guaranteed to be a blue ball. Oh, she got hit by it though, which is not good for her health.
Should be
That's
okay with
2.
3 hearts.
Yeah, still 3 hearts. Alright, only 2 blue balls. That is actually very good. Let's see how she does. She goes on the right side for Mulder, which is a little bit different. And now it's time for Ganon.
Hardest part of the boss.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, good. She did take 2 hearts of damage, so if she takes any damage from the rest of these phases, she will die. I'm getting a little bit nervous with some of these landmollas. They got pretty close. But yeah, I think she took 2 hearts because it looked like she was a little bit late on her second spin slash. But I don't know if that's... No! Oh, she died.
Oh my god, oh no.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
Oh no, my gosh, it's so sad. Yeah, I know we have to be for both players, but on the same time, she's really it's sure she will finish the race before Sanders. Yes, we're so
Yeah,
oh
she was very close to a PB there, so that is very, very difficult to see. Man, that I think that would have been a 142. That
But
that might have been me.
but you were right about some things that no one is secure until until the timer is finishing. But it's great. It's quite weird. Everyone was believing she will finally make his BB now.
Yeah, it does look like Sam just did a Hinox warp for swag.
Sam is cheating, Luna. No, I don't think. I don't.
He did a Hinox warp, but it didn't really save any time. I think he was just doing that because I think at this point he knows he lost. He is just having fun now.
I'm so unfortunate and so sad for SwordyMeeks, but because it's not the first time she's been defeated by last boss. Last time I was on her channel when it happens, and it's now the second time. I'm going to cry, you know.
Yeah, I feel bad. But yeah, I mean that was just an execution error. I think she probably just got very nervous. She must have realized that she was on very good pace. I think I don't know, maybe just more practice needed with that part of the boss.
Is it always the same RNG blow ball when you lost against final form and you have to repeat this boss, or the RNG of the blow ball changed?
I'm pretty sure the RNG of the blue ball changes. Sam getting a perfect cue ball. He did shoot an extra arrow, but that was a very good cue ball. Yeah, if she got 2 blue balls, that just means she got.
It's not the same. Thank you, Adele. She answers our question.
Yeah. SwordyMeeks did not do the dash strat this time because she only has 2 hearts. There is a way to only take 1 damage, but I'm assuming she's playing safer. She doesn't know that yet. You want to see someone set a world record during a race? That would be very intense. If someone were able to set a glitchless world record during one of these races, that would be a very insane run.
Maybe TGH himself can beat his own world record, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most likely. He's really the only one very, very close to his time. But yeah, we could see it.
It will be a sub 46 for Mix.
And EDL also is very capable of doing it. If she can get on a good run. But yeah, there you go. 145 for Meeks. That is a very good time for a race. I mean, wow. It's really unfortunate she fell, but the fact that she died and she was still able to get a 145 is very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
That is very exciting.
I think she could have done a sub 142. Really, it could have been quite awesome. Yes.
I don't think it could have been sub 142 just because
without the two mistakes.
Oh right, yeah. I thought you meant without the death. Yeah, that's true. Right.
And now we hope a sub 2 hours for BubbleBastard for Sam. With maybe could be okay if he plays well.
Yeah, I think he can definitely get sub 2 hours. At this point, it won't count for the leaderboards though, because he did do a little Hinox warp. It's a joke. Which I think further proves that I think he does have a better personal best than 2 hours and 12 minutes, because otherwise he probably would have tried to finish and PB this.
And now the island disappears like in a dream forever.
Yes. Okay. There we go.
This RNG on the decade.
Oh wow.
It's not
Alright.
his fault, huh?
Yeah. On that part. There we go.
But I'm pretty sure that Mix will will get a really huge PB very soon. I'm pretty sure about that. She gets the level and the skills for that.
Yeah.
Hey,
Commentators playing tomorrow. Oh, you're right, Adele. Commentators will play tomorrow. Yes,
Yes. Yeah, both of us will be playing tomorrow.
it will be really interesting. Huh?
Yeah. Also, welcome back, Q Game.
yeah, hi. So as I see, SwordyMeeks finished with 145.18,
Yes.
and they're also already in the general voice. So I will move them in for a quick and
Yes.
swift full interview.
Okay.
Perfect.
Hello,
Hello.
Meeks.
Hello, Mix. How are you?
Hey, I'm good.
Okay. I want to ask first, did you have your live split open during that
No.
race?
No, I did
Okay.
not.
But you okay, so that would have been a 142 had you not died.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's very unfortunate. We were all so excited. We were all very sad to see your death, but the fact that you got a 145 with a death on Nightmare, that's very good, and I think you'll probably during the course of this tournament be able to PB again at some point.
Oh, hopefully. Yeah, that was just kind of like that crushing moment. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, well, let's just focus on the race and recover and keep going at it.
Yeah, exactly. You just gotta roll with the punches.
A lot of viewers have cried when you have been defeated, and I was the first person, but you really play incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There were really almost no major mistakes that I could think of.
D8 cue ball, and then I had
Oh, yeah, that
flashbacks
was-
to you live.
yeah. Yeah, D8 cue ball was really the only super big time loss. Other than that, you played super well.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised. I was like, okay, I haven't quite played that well, I think, in a little while, so... But, yeah, I mean, obviously I noticed a bunch of little mistakes, but that's just
Right.
kind of how speedrun goes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like your Dungeon 6 was good, Dungeon 7, Dungeon 8, Dungeon 3 was pretty good.
Bomb jump too.
Oh yeah, your Dungeon 2 was great.
I hope I lived up to your expectations on Bomb Jump, Olivia.
Yeah, first try bomb jump was great.
It's not easy for everyone the bomb jump. Some people don't have any setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's... Bomb Jump is a weird trick, because it's something that, like, evolves with you as you improve in the game, just as your movement becomes more natural, or, like, faster, rather. You have to kind of shift how you approach Bomb Jump, because you just get faster at it. So you have to modify your setup as you go. It's a weird trick. And now
Yeah.
only Glitchless has it, so... Enjoy
Yeah,
seeing that
exactly.
trick, everyone.
Yeah, every other category's got a different way of doing Dungeon 4. But yeah, I mean, that was very exciting. I had fun watching you play. You did very well.
Thank you
Sam's
so
almost
much.
done here. He's just got Dungeon 4 and Nightmare left. Let's hope he doesn't also die. If
Actually,
he doesn't
only
die, I think he could probably sub 2 hours.
yes. Actually, for Mix, we get only the mini boss of D8, a little mistakes on D7, and maybe 3 or 4 bonks on all the race and final form. Yes, not a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there weren't very many bonks at all. And yeah, Dungeon 7 was the other thing I was thinking of, with the 3 of a kind. That was unfortunate.
Oh, I love Bubble's strat here, where he picked up the
Art container.
The heart container to refill your hearts. I've never thought of that.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's
I
pretty
miss-
situational. I've done it before. Really,
Yeah, oh, go ahead.
it's for if you are like 1 or 2 hearts going into Dungeon 4.
That's what I was thinking.
But even then, I mean, you can... If you're very confident, it's just a good race strat, I think, in general. Because it's quicker than grabbing the heart container.
Yeah, for
after
sure.
the boss.
It's better to take this art container than the art container of the piranha killer because it takes more time.
Yes. It seems Sam forgot his pattern. Which, again, has been... Most of his mistakes is just memory things. A few execution things, but mostly just memory. I think it's been a little while since he's played this game. And also, the last time he played, he was doing 100%, which is why he has 3 seashells. Yeah.
It's really hard to change your muscle memory from a category to category, and
Yeah.
I remember when I first started Glitchless, the ball jump in D7. I must have done that about like 5 runs like in a row where I just was glitchless and I just did bomb jump. It just comes naturally. So
Yeah.
I totally understand the.
Yeah, when I was doing one time I was doing practice for Glitchless, and I was like, okay, I'll practice Dungeon 4 bomb jump now. And then I go into Dungeon 4, and then I immediately just start doing the bomb hover without even thinking about it. And I practiced the bomb hover for like 5 minutes, and then I realized, wait, I'm supposed to be practicing Glitchless right now. This is a glitch.
Well, I mean,
Sam gets a lot of problems during this race, and it will be possible to make the list of all what happens to our Sam, national Sam.
Yeah, he had quite a few mistakes throughout this run, but he's actually been finishing okay. Dungeon 8 seemed fine, Dungeon 7 was okay, and this Dungeon 4 was alright as well. So I don't think he can sub 2 hour anymore, but this should be around 2 hour flat, 2 hour, 1 minute.
I like how Sam discuss with us, with the viewers on the same time. Yeah, it's really funny and really great situation with everyone.
Yeah.
For sure. I always hate this part of the game because it's, well, for 2 reasons. One, I always feel kind of melancholy. I don't know why. I just like, oh, the run's coming to an end. But I always like am the worst judge of like how much time I have to the end of the game, just because you have to go through the final song cutscene, and I never really have stopped to notice how long that takes.
Yeah, that's true. I've never done that either. I think it's probably like 50 seconds, I would guess.
Is it that short? I always feel like it's really long.
It might be longer.
I guess we could time it now. Actually have like a timer.
Let's just time it now when he does it. We'll start from when he presses Y, I guess.
Not sub hours to Sam. It seems really difficult.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible.
It should be possible, I think, but not for his level.
I mean, it would need to be like perfect. Okay, 156.21. It would need to be perfect Death Eye RNG and perfect Blue Ball RNG. Antonio says it's 1.5 minutes long.
Alright. It's
EDL says it's 3 hours long. Okay. Placing their bets. We'll see. Who's right? Who's closer?
I hope he remembers his egg puff, because he already make a mistake about the puff before.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
I know some people during a PB race, they were have to say that they say, "Oh no, I don't remember my part," but they exactly remember it just to get funny with viewers.
Okay. That was about 55 seconds. I mean, unless you want to count this part as well, in which case it is. If we also count the owl cutscene, this will end up being longer than that.
Thanks a lot, Antonio, for your what you just said. It's really helpful.
Okay, so yeah, it was 1 minute and 16 seconds, I think. So I think Antonio was closer than EDL, but a valiant guess from EDL nonetheless.
Well, now I know. It's actually still shorter than I thought. Egg movement is always really tricky, and everyone seems to have like their own pattern. I think, if I understand, all the patterns are about the same amount of time. Like maybe some are marginally faster.
C36 is the fastest. Right, up, left, and then all up. Because up is the fastest movement. You're using C25, right?
I am using Seed 67.
Oh, 67. Wow.
Yeah. I was actually going for Seed 69, and I missed by like 2 seconds, and I just kept Seed 67.
Alright. Hey, I respect
And I was
it.
not doing it for the memes, either. I actually thought it was legitimately fast Seed.
Yeah. Sorry, 36-2. Yeah, no.
Sam finished the race with only one powder on his bag. It's really close.
Oh wow, yeah.
Is that 2 blue balls or 3? I wasn't counting.
That's 2 so far. Or at least for me. I think the commentator thing's a little bit delayed. That's 3 now. And then 4?
Ooh. Ganon, why are you being mean?
Okay. Oh wait, no.
So that was 5, wasn't it?
5 now. Probably 5 total, if he's done.
Oh no,
6.
that was 6. Oh my goodness. 7. Oh.
7.
That's unfortunate. That's like
That is, yeah, very unlucky.
8. Oh no. Oh no.
Wait, was that 8? I think that was 7.
Was it 7 or 8?
I
might have
got
been
8 today.
EDO got 8 today. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
It's funny because it's unfortunate, but it's technically good luck. It's actually rare to get that many.
Yeah, yeah.
See how agreeable Ganon is here. I still hate this quick kill. I just sometimes miss it.
Yeah, I was actually worried because I thought that your second spin slash was too late, but it was fine.
You have to be very high also, only taking 1 damage art.
Yeah. Oh yeah, also I think that would be worth learning for you. Taking 1 damage for the quick kill, which is just holding down right on your dash. But the timing's a little bit different.
Oh, alright. I actually don't know. It's actually probably something I should investigate, because I actually don't.
Yeah, if you practice that, I think that will help with dying less, because you'll have more health in general.
I'm still using the strat I learned from Adamo's video guide from like a year ago, a year and a half ago.
Yeah, it's from a long time ago now.
I kind of
think
need to re-update that. Yeah, I need to invest some time and relearn that.
The 2 spin slashes, if you mean like the double spin slash, you have to be facing down left from the top.
That I did.
Alright, 20134, let's go.
Everything is awesome.
Alright, GG's.
Can we applaud the two players?
Yeah,
I can.
they both did great. Alright, I think Sam will be joining shortly.
I think.
Alright. Hello.
And
Hello,
with that,
Sam.
we have
Hello.
concluded the game. in 2 hours and 1 minute. I'll
Yeah.
just swiftly switch to the interview scene and yeah, thanks for the great race.
Yeah.
GG's Meeks.
GG to you too.
Make
Huge
us
PB
pleasure.
for me. Big PB.
That's not your. Is that your real PB? No. Well,
Yeah,
it doesn't
it is.
count because you did a Hinox warp in
Bro,
DA.
does that really count, bro? I walked off the wall. I didn't benefit from it, so I think it counts.
I think the first thing to mention is that you did a lot of 100% strats.
Okay, the thing at the beginning, I didn't even realize I grabbed the seashell. I just was like, oh, I did that. And after I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna keep grabbing more.
So you did it on purpose?
Yeah, I did on purpose.
That's pretty funny.
The one for the heart piece that was right before D4, that was on purpose. That was not a strat to grab more hearts. I was doing that because I was
Doing your
it was
100,
there.
your 50% playthrough.
Yeah. Yeah, I really hardly practiced. I was playing a lot of Metroid Dread, like so much of it. Like probably like 30 minutes before the race, I was actually practicing. Maybe I should have done more, but hey,
Yeah.
I had fun though. Next race, I'm going in.
Right. You might want to do quite a bit more, because the next person you'll be facing is either me or Olivia, and I
Ooh.
know we're both pretty competent runners, so yeah, you'll want to practice for that. And SwordyMeeks will be against Glan next.
It will be really high level against Glenn.
Yeah, Olivia and I have very similar PBs, so that should be a very close race. It'll be happening tomorrow at what time?
It's 11:30 for you and 70:30 for me.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, 11:30 for myself and 7:30 for Olivia. So that's 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, AM, by the way, and then 7:30 PM. What is it? Central European Standard Time.
It will be really huge.
Yes. That'll be an exciting race. I think that's all. Unless any of the runners have anything else they want to add.
Look out for my crazy losers bracket run. It's gonna be nuts.
I will look
Alright.
forward to everyone else's runs.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well then. Thanks to Meeks and to Sam for running and for participating in this, and also thanks for Olivia and Deline for commentating this race. I will rate us over to Zelda Speedruns 1 now, where we have the standard NA weekly of Ocarina of Time randomizer. I hope you like it there, and I wish everyone a lot of fun watching new streams of Zelda Speedruns, which are coming in shortly. Have a great day.
Thanks a lot. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you
you.
as well as
Thank you.
ESR for hosting.
Yeah,
Alright.
huge shout outs.
Thank you so much.
All right. Farewell.